Hello, football fan. You are welcome to Football Extra Site. Today we are going to be looking at the event over this weekend. Right on the screen, right there, we can see what this weekend looks like. On Saturday, 24th August, which is the second weekend of the second week of the league week, these are the results. Some of the results are a lot surprising and some weren't surprising at all. For example, the 2-1 win for Brighton is not a surprise because for some time right now, Brighton had been the bogey team for Manchester United. Crystal Palace managed to lose a game following the impressive close of the season they had last season when they were really flying. When Oliver Glasner came into the team, they were winning a lot of games, and people thought that momentum is going to be carried over into this season. But from what we are seeing now, they're losing a lot of games, and they lost to West Ham. West Ham really recruited well over the summer, and it is expected that they are going to be very good this season. Another team there that pulled a 3-point, very valuable 3-point is Fulham. They are doing well right now. They've been able to pull 3 points on the board. Manchester City, the well-oiled machine of Manchester City, continues to roll. That's the one the last week against Chelsea, and this weekend as well. They put Ipswich City to sword by beating them 4-1. Southampton lost again to Nottingham Forest. It was an unlucky game for Southampton. They played very well. They had nearly all the possession, but couldn't translate that into a win. And then Tottenham blew Everton away. The goalkeeper complicated things for Everton by conceding the second goal the way he did. And the match between Aston Villa and Arsenal, that was an interesting one. Interesting in the sense that Aston Villa should have taken the lead, even 2-0 lead, but for some reason their striker Oli Watkins was fluffing all the chances. And this is the thing about Premier League. It's a fine margin kind of a league. You made a mistake or you have chances, you didn't take it, the other team is going to take it and you're going to lose. And that was what happened today, or let's say yesterday. And so on 25th of August, which is going to be a Sunday, we are going to have 3 matches on that day. And some of the time quoted here are the North American time. So Bournemouth and Wolve are going to be hosting Newcastle and Chelsea, and that is going to be 9 a.m. on the 25th of August. And the local time in London is going to be around, I think, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in the afternoon London time. And the late kickoff is going to be between Liverpool and Brentford. So it's going to be an interesting one this weekend. So after all this, what does the table look like? So the table shows that Manchester City is on top. Those are early leads. Typically, Manchester United doesn't start this strong. They have blip here and there, but them starting this strong, the season shows that it's going to be a quick win for them. So the only challenger we are seeing there is Arsenal. Tottenham Hotspur, we don't know right now. Liverpool and Chelsea, they are in a traditional sport that they're getting accustomed to in recent time. And that is strange that Chelsea is starting from there. I looked at the statistics of the match played against City last weekend. The match was fairly balanced. The only thing that stopped Chelsea in that match is because they don't have a recognizable striker, and we'll be talking about that shortly. So how is Chelsea gonna go this weekend? They have a match against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that is gonna be 9 a.m. local time in New York time, and the UK time is gonna be 2 p.m. London time. That's when this match is gonna be going down. So this takes us to the next topic we are going to be talking about. And before we get into the next topic we will be talking about, this is what I thought was going to be my lineup. But after putting up this graphic, I actually came up with another idea. If you look at the idea I have here, is the idea of keeping everything solid in the middle of the pack. Make sure everything is well controlled. You have players there who could keep the ball. Lavia, Caicedo, Hensel, they could keep the ball and then release those guys on the wing to carry the ball in 1v1 situation, and Jackson at the end of their crosses or interplay could produce goal. That is basically the essence of this lineup. At this point I'm going to be switching over to the tactical board so that I can show you what I think is going to happen, a little change of mind I have for this lineup, and we are going to be looking at that shortly. Now that we have the tactical board up, this is what I think is going to happen this weekend. The only one I changed from what I had there before, because in the lineup I had there, I had Caicedo this way. I didn't have Palmer there. Instead of Palmer, I had Enzo Fernandez I have here. Then I have Lavia playing this way. I have Cucurella tucking in, inverted into the midfield, and Coyle shifting that way to cover the left back and the left center back, and Fofana playing in the middle, and Costa is this way. So this is going to change around a little bit. This is like what I put up out there, but the little change of mind I had is, if Enzo Maresca wants to go a little bit aggressive, he might want to play Palmer instead of Enzo Fernandez. And what is the reason behind that? You still want to keep things solid. You still want to make sure that the team is a lot balanced, so that you have Cucurella and Coyle defending the left channel, Gostor and Fofana left to defending the right channel. Lavia is going to be in the middle to protect, the gap in between, and then we can have Caicedo and Palmer being able to move a little bit around here to roam, roaming to supply interplay with Modric, roaming this way to be able to, and Caicedo could slide in to occupy his spot when he moves to the right. Caicedo could move to the left to occupy his spot when Palmer moved this way to make some play this way with Jackson and with Madueke as well. We know Madueke is good 1v1. He wants to get behind his man. He wants to get to the goal, take the shot himself, or interplay with Jackson. So these are the way I thought this is gonna go down this weekend. So traditionally, we're gonna have Lavia and Caicedo sitting in the pivots, protecting the back, and Palmer having enough space to roam, and Jackson playing ahead of him, and then Modric is starting and Madueke is starting. Depending on how the game is going, whether we're winning or we need more goal, I suspected at some point in the game, maybe in the 68th minute, we might have more Felix coming in for Modric, and then we have Neto coming for Madueke to keep the pressure up. And what is going to be interesting is if Jackson is going to come out at all. I'm not sure, but at some point Lavia is going to come out and Enzo is going to come in, and at some point we might have Renato Vega coming in for Cucurella, All of this is to make sure that people have put in some more fitness. So this is how I think this game is going to be panning out. So we are going to be talking about the striker situation, because this is a problem for Chelsea. Talking of the striker, now we have a situation whereby when we started the season, we started talking about Samuel Morodian. And the story was that this dude is going to cost about 45 million euro, because sometimes people mix euro and pounds together. They actually have different value. For example, the pounds has more value than the euro, and the euro has more value than the US dollar. So when you speak in terms of this number, you need to be mindful of that. For example, if there is going to be a 38 million pound transaction, that is going to be about 45 million euro. So this player was supposed to come to Chelsea for around 45 million euro. And whatever happened during the closure of that transaction, Chelsea decided to hold the break a little. And instead of signing this player to become Chelsea player, Chelsea decided to make an offer to say, hey, let us buy 50% of the right of this player, and then he can still go to whatever club he wants to go to, and those clubs could also own certain percentage on him. Is a creative way of still showing that you have interest in this player, but not for today. That was the strategy there, because Chelsea already have Nicholas Jackson, who is still developing. So it really makes no sense to put a lot of money on a new player who also is going to be a development striker. So for Chelsea to really put a little boost on right now to be able to compete and get back to where they need to be, Chelsea should be spending money on an established striker like Victor Osimhen. And how is this going? As it stands right now, what do we know? We know that Osimhen does not want to compromise on his wages. We know for sure that Osimhen also doesn't want a loan move away from Napoli. He wants a situation that when he moves out of Napoli, he's moving out to a club on a permanent basis, or at least the club must put something in the contract that says they have obligation to buy. So this is the situation right now. So as it stands right now, Chelsea is not at that point. Chelsea's position is that they're interested in Osimhen. They're willing to bend backward over to pay the wages, but this deal has to be on loan. And Napoli at this time only wants to make an outright sale, just like Chelsea wanted to make outright sales of Lukaku. Talking of Lukaku, that deal has been done already. So we have this situation. What other option does Chelsea have in case the Osimhen deal doesn't happen this season? Because they need a striker. The team is screaming for a striker. What other option do they have? They have this young man, John Durant, that they've been talking to at the beginning of the season. And they also have other options in Victor Gyökeres there and Osimhen. These are the options in the market for Chelsea. But if you ask me, personal opinion, and it's the opinion of most of Chelsea fans and football enthusiasts who are following the development, Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres will be the player they're looking at. Gyökeres, they cannot go there because that is going to cost 100 million euro. That's the release clause. You trigger it or you don't even talk about it at all. But there's a deal to be made here for Osimhen, and I think Chelsea will be able to make this. I just hope so. I just have a sneaky feeling that they won't do it, that eventually they will head for John Durant, another development striker. That has been the problem with Chelsea this recent Chelsea. Okay, we are going to be moving over to another matter that looks a little bit interesting. On the screen right there, we can see Lafier, Fernandez, and Caicedo. And LFC also stands for Liverpool Football Club. This is just a taunt, just to be able to taunt Liverpool fans that you wanted these guys, you couldn't have them. They play for Chelsea. I just hope that these guys, with the system we're playing right now, they're gonna get better into the system, master the system, and then kick on from there and begin to produce results. We have a situation with the goalkeeping at Chelsea. Right now, Chelsea has these two gentlemen, Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen, as the frontline goalkeeper. Nobody is even talking about Petrovic anymore. Georgi Petrovic is supposed to be the third keeper, but come on. He has to move. I saw a report somewhere that he rejected the move to go to Strasbourg. If he goes to Strasbourg, we're playing the same kind of game. Strasbourg is also playing in the same identity Chelsea is playing. That will really help him to polish his playing half from the back. But for some reason, he rejected it, which I think is a mistake. So here we have Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen. There was a report over this weekend that shows that Maresca is still in favor of Robert Sanchez as the first goalkeeper for the EPL. But if the standard drops, then he might lose his advantage. But right now, Jorgensen is going to be the goalkeeper for all the European matches. He's going to be the goalkeeper for all the cup matches. And to round everything up today, we are going to be talking about William Estavio. He scored two beautiful goals, one from the penalties from the spot kick and the other one from open play. This player also got a call into Brazil national team, and he's already a Chelsea player on loan in Palmeiras, and next season he is going to be playing for Chelsea. He will be in Chelsea Stamford Bridge playing out on the wing, and this is the reason why a whole lot of us think that Madueke's days in Chelsea are numbered. These are some of the news that we have to share with us today. Tomorrow we will be looking at what Chelsea is going to come out with. What do you think is going to be the outcome of this match? Chelsea always find it very difficult to get a result from Wolverhampton Wanderer. I think it's Molelu, and this one I am predicting Chelsea is probably going to find a way of beating them this time around. Last time we met, they beat Chelsea 4-1 at home, and I think Chelsea is also going to do 4-1 on them this time as well. So let's see how this plays out. I would love it if Chelsea can get clean sheets and make it 4-0. That could make them go up the ladder pretty quick. So thank you very much for coming out here again today to listen to our content. If you like this content and you want to support us here, please like, turn on the notification button, share with other people, and subscribe. Thank you, and do have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.